Engels, born on 28th November 1820 in Barmen in Germany, died on 5th August 1895 in London in the United Kingdom. Friedrich Engels said, if there were no French women, life wouldn't be worth living. Friedrich Engels was a German philosopher, historian, political scientist, and a revolutionary socialist. He was also a businessman, journalist, and political activist, whose father was an owner of the large textile factories in Salford, Greater Manchester in England, and Barmen in Prussia. Friedrich Engels said, if there were no French women, life wouldn't be worth living. Can you believe? Friedrich Engels, born in Germany, a German, born in Germany, died in London, revolution in Russia, loving French women. Life. Friedrich Engels said, if there were no French women, life wouldn't be worth living. A socialist, I thought a socialist, a communist, a Marxist-Leninist would talk about food and the struggle. Friedrich Engels said, women, that's very, very close. And it is truth, because Krishna also talked about only Indian women, the Radha. If there was no French woman, that is truth. If the women, of course, Friedrich Engels is talking on the sexual point, maybe the affection, the love, the relationship, the orgasmic experience of the French women, which must have satisfied him. That all kept aside of the socialist, deep down he understood that what he said, if there were no French women, because the women in the France were given so much of freedom, they utilized the freedom so creatively, it shocked the men, it shocked the whole society of their style, of their creativity, of their Paris. Every 5 minutes, fashion changes, and that is the life. You be the change for the change you asked for, Mahatma Gandhi said. Maybe Mahatma Gandhi also liked French women, I do not know, but if there were no French women, life wouldn't be worth living. Such is the beauty, because the style, fashion, everything involved their food. If there were no French women, like if there was no Radha, Krishna couldn't have been there. Krishna kept on trying to change Radha to live a pure, a pious, a very powerful women who can rule, not only rule the house, rule the men as well as the world with love and affection, without destructive tendencies, only creative tendencies. Such is the effect that the Indian philosophy understood, and Friedrich Engels must have understood that. That's why he said, if there were no French women, life wouldn't be worth living. Now all the rich men in India will start running to France to find out. No. First find the French women right inside your house. When you give your women all the love and affection and give them their freedom to create beauty, and they will create beauty. And that's what Friedrich Engels meant. If there were no French women, life wouldn't be worth living. There would not be. And if the Lakshmi in the house was not there, if the house had not been made very beautiful. And she also made sure not only the house, in India the women were allowed to make the house so beautiful, but forgot to make their bodies so beautiful. In French, they made sure that everything is measured. In India, we measure everything. When we go to buy, we make sure that the gram, the kilograms, the pounds, everything is measured, and if we fight for it. But we forgot that the body also is to be measured. Once that happened, the Radha of Krishna will be exactly the same of every man who believes there is beauty and there is power. and the beauty and power in the house, the children can grow, because the seed which has been put into the soil has to be nurtured beautifully, it has to be taken very beautifully, and it has to be fenced till it grow. And man cannot sit at home, because he has to make sure that he has to bring water, he has to bring the manure from outside, from the forest. So here the beauty of how to trim it, and the landscaping to make sure that the rainwater harvest, when rain comes, it has to be good red carpet welcome to go to beautiful ponds, so that it doesn't disturb other areas. All this involves, and when the Surya comes, sun is invited right inside the building, so the windows are open in such, when the eastern sun comes, east side, when the sun rises, the east windows are open, my west windows are open, and when sunset, such is the beauty to make sure the Aditi Deva, that the guest is invited right, the God is invited right inside. That God is called, if there were no French women, if there were no sunlight and there was no rain, if there was no wind, life wouldn't be worth living. That was what he meant. At the same time, the love relationship, the people, they work very, very hard, and then what happened with the Friedrich Engels forgot to tell, if there were no French women, if there were no French men, I don't know the Frenchmen also started behaving like women. No, women did not want men to behave like women. My ex-secretary was always telling, in her house there was a very sweet cat, a female cat, and then there was a very sweet male cat. And whenever the sweet male cat goes to the sweet female cat, she will not accept it. She'll push him away. At night time, around 12 o'clock, when Rakshasa will come, when devil type cat will come, making big noise, he'll come and he'll catch her and beat her and throw her up and down and scratch her, and she'll run out again after him. It's not that he'll scratch, and maybe that is the style of his love making, but the sweet cat is looking for a person with Tarzan kind of a body, Tarzan kind of a thinking, powerful man. And man has to make themselves powerful, not talk like women. That was a Friedrich Engels still. Nowadays I saw the Indian men, if they open the door, if anybody wants to fall unconscious, just ask the men to open the door. Except for some gymnasium people. Such dirty body, I don't know about the women, but men has got such dirty body, and especially the priest. Please make this, we have to change the constitution to make sure the Indian priest, especially the Hindu priest, should not open the door. Such is the dirty, ugly body. Even if you want to see God, you won't see God through this guy at all. Such is the ugly body. They have to make sure they have to work very, very hard. When they work very, very hard with the nature, when they climb the tree and does all the work, only then they can enter the temple to do the puja. I was trying to tell, only then you can see a very beautiful body. Friedrich Engels, who created the socialist revolution through Marx and then the Lenin, and you know that philosophy went, if there were no French women, life wouldn't be worth living. Then he said, for an ounce of action is worth a ton of, an ounce of action. If to love a French woman, an ounce of action worth tons of, you instead of talking too much, ounce of action, your action is very important. In your action you become so powerful. As well as the French woman, as well as the man also, whether it is Indian women or any women around the world, whomever you like. But here what I found is, women gives them food and they love, they think the taste of the food is the wife. No. You have to feel, smell, taste, touch and see. That's what Friedrich Engels was trying to tell. An ounce of action comes from the feel, smell, taste. You have to feel, smell, taste and touch the physical aspect of your wife and your husband. And when you can paint and you can kiss and you can love and you can understand, you can convert the whole body into a canvas. That love is orgasmic love. That love penetrates so deeper. The roots go so deeper, the tree can stand so tall. Friedrich Engels said, if there were no French women, life wouldn't be worth living. An ounce of action is worth a ton of theory. Yes, that ton of theory. Theory is a lot of that. But when you work hard, you can see the practice. People themselves create the theory. Everything is in written form. People write for you. You don't have to write. Such is the action. Your body becomes powerful. You do not have to go after Viagra tablets. You do not have to go after even gymnasium. You can go to the house. The land itself creates such a beautiful body. And if there's such a beautiful body, where there is sickness, sickness is devil. That's only God. That's only the divine. When the divine descends into your house, the house is beautiful. House is not frightened of a joint family. House is not frightened of a family tree. It can see the family tree. It can look into deep abyss, yes, of the God, yes. And you can see the pyramid is formed. And when your pyramid is formed, who dare touch you? You are a power by themselves, and other power also will respect you. That was what Friedrich Engels understood. And then he allowed the revolution to happen. And many people, maybe some suffered, but quite a lot of people got equality in society, especially the Russian women and the French women, German women, English women, everybody. That build-up is more powerful for this society to understand, and that build-up is called literacy. That build-up is called education, the practical education. Friedrich Engels said, if there were no French women, life wouldn't be worth living. An ounce of action is worth a ton of theory. This is my 255th Smart Talks.